Yeah.
Yeah, I can share now. Prabhu, my screen is audible. My voice is audible and my screen is
Yes,
visible.
Prabhu. Yeah. Your screen is audible. Your voice is also audible. Go ahead, Prabhuji.
Okay, 1 second. Okay, so Hare Krishna everyone, to give me such a opportunity. So what is the 5-letter word? Let's start now. What is the 5-letter word which is very powerful?
You're asking the question, you should answer.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah, so what is the 5-letter word which is very powerful?
It's a habit.
So just yeah, just 5 to 10 second. Just if we can, anyone guess on this?
Yeah, it's habit, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu, you are right. So it's habit. So habit is very, very powerful, and we'll discuss in this presentation power of habit. Habit can be terribly powerful. So this is the title of our presentation for today. And what we are going to learn here is what are habits, nature of habits, habit in relation with the conscious and subconscious mind, what are the causes, cycle of habit formation, some of our serious bad habit effect of habits, how to get rid of bad habits, and key takeaways. So these are the table of contents here. And let's start with prayer. नमो ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण प्रेष्ठ भूतले श्रीमती भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी इति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष्य शून्यवादी पश्चात देश तारिणे. I offer my respectful obeisance unto His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedant Swami Prabhupada, who is very dear to Lord Krishna. Also, I'll pay my respectful obeisance to all senior devotees and Vaishnavas accumulated here. And thanks for once again for giving me such opportunity. So what are habits? This is the definition by Chaitanya Charandas. If we do something repeatedly, that create impression within our mind, and those impression then propel us to do that thing again and again. The particular action being done doesn't matter to mind. Repetition create an impression that lead to proposition for further repetition. If you see here, like repetition word comes many times. So repetition word comes here many times. 1 second. Okay. 1 second. My pen is not working. Here, and here, and which doesn't matter to our mind. So if we are doing anything again and again, repetition, and which doesn't matter to our mind, that is something called from subconscious mind. This is something called habit. And let's see from the diagram how it starts from a reminder. So let's take an example of a smoking bad habit. So it starts from the reminder. Reminder can be your desire or your association or your surrounding, your friends, relative, or colleagues that they can offer you. And then what you will do, routine. Routine is basically our action. And what we'll do in this routine, we'll do a smoke. And what is the reaction? What is the reward? Reward is a temporary gain. After, it's a sense gratification, like after a smoke we'll have a temporary gain, 5-minute, 10-minute pleasure, whatever it is. So this is something called a habit, and this is the source for the presentation. And what are the habits? Let's understand further. These are settled or regular tendencies, practice that is hard to give up, mental constitution or attitude. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence is not an act but a habit. Now let's understand the power of habit. This is the lecture, this is the story which Prabhupada told us in one of his lecture, and this I've taken from Srila Prabhupada Lilamrita. So there is a story about how habit is second nature. There was a thief and he went on pilgrimage with some friends. So at night When others were sleeping, because of his habit was to steal at night, he got up and was taking someone's baggage. But then he was thinking, oh, I have come to this holy place of pilgrimage, but still I am committing theft by habit. No, I shall not do it. So then he took someone's bag and put it in another place. And the whole night this poor fellow was doing like this. But due to his conscience, because he was at holy place, he was not doing actually stealing. So in the morning when everyone got up and says, where is my bag, where is my bag, then someone says, oh, there is your bag, and they found bags are misplaced and they're finding the reason. But then this thief rose up and told all the friend, my dear gentlemen, this line is very, very important, my dear gentlemen, I'm a thief by occupation, and because I have that habit to steal at night, I could not stop myself. But I thought, I have come to this holy place, so I won't do it. Therefore, I placed one person back in another man's place. Please excuse me. This is the power of habit. He don't want to do it, but because habit compels him, habit force him to do it. Prabhupada is also saying further, like Shipram Bhakti Dharmatma in this topic, like if he tries like to leave this immoral habit and take this process to Krishna consciousness, because he has devoted himself in Krishna consciousness, it is sure that he will be a saintly person soon. So if one try to leave these habits with and take this process to Krishna consciousness, and surely he will be a saintly person. So this is the power of habit we learned, and we also learned how we can get rid of it in a nutshell, but we'll further discuss on it. So what are the nature of habits? These are very, very reductive. So we all know, stronger than logic and reasoning. So people will give different logic and reasoning. If you ask them to leave, then they will give you logic. Now this is good, this is bad. So people have tremendous gravity pull. Cultivating a habit is plowing a field. We'll see in this diagram here. When you saw a thought, it reap an action. When you saw an action, it reap a habit. When you saw a habit, it reap a character. When you saw a character, it reap a destiny. So habit can directly affect your destiny. So right now we can choose our habit. So if you want something good in our destiny, our habit should be good. If you want something Krishna consciousness in our destiny or Krishna prema in our destiny, accordingly we have to choose our habits. So habits in relation with conscious and subconscious mind. So human body have three types of mind: conscious, subconscious, and unconscious. This conscious mind is only 10%, where subconscious is 40-50%, and remaining is the unconscious mind. So what is subconscious mind? What is conscious mind? Ability to think, can accept or reject. It has a logical ability which can think whether this is good or not, like a driver. Driver can know like which direction I need to go. Accordingly, he can decide I want to go XYZ place, and accordingly he can turn here and there. Where subconscious mind is like an automobile. It simply accepts the instruction given by his driver. So whatever driver will say, it will follow. So subconscious mind are the one which automatically just follow it. So our most of the bad habits, or some of the habits, like we are doing brush in the morning like this, or we are doing something else, always store in the subconscious mind, which we never know, like a bad habit of nail biting or something, other habits, all are stored in our subconscious mind, which we are not aware of, but our subconscious mind is aware of, and they have forced us to do this thing. Now let's talk further on this topic. There are two types of people: reactive and proactive. So reactive people often affected by physical environment, like your friend, colleagues, and our friend, colleagues, and our anyone. So they can offer us a smoke and we'll do it, because we are reactive. We are reactive to our association. Whatever they say, we'll do it. But proactive is recognize their responsibility. They can recognize that smoking is not good for my health as well as for society. Alcohol consumption is not for my health as well as for society, because there are so many accidents also we have seen because of alcohol consumption. So these are driven by reactive, are driven by failing circumstances, condition, and environment. whereas proactive, driven by value carefully thought, internalized. So proactive has ability to think and make choices. So we should always be in this category, not in this category. We always think, take decision when it comes to habit. We always think from conscious mind, not from subconscious mind. So what are the causes? Next slide. We have free choice. So free choice, everyone have a free choice. So that's the reason we are adopting habits. Prenatal habit, it is actually called pre-birth habit. When a baby in a womb of a pregnant woman, then whatever parents are doing, if they are doing spiritual activity, automatically it will come to a baby. Whereas if they are doing bad habits, so automatically it will come to a baby. So, and postnatal habit is after a birth. We know children adopt too quickly. So whatever so they adopt straight away. So this is called postnatal, when baby is very small, like 1 year, 2 years. So whatever you do in front of them, they will copy. And that's the reason this is postnatal habit. So if parents are doing good, they will adopt. If parents are doing bad, they will adopt. Resistance to change, like excuse and debate. So this is very important, because we have seen, we ask someone to get rid of this habit, so they will give the different excuses and debate. Like we have seen, a whole internet is full of veg and non-veg debate. We can see non-veg guys are giving debatable comments like nutrition, protein, XYZ, but there is full of debate on this topic because they don't want to change. They just give excuses. Lack of awareness. We have seen in the Western world, there is what it comes from inheritance. When parents are following, they are also following the bad habits. Same thing goes generation to generation, because they don't have awareness. And the last main important factor is enjoyment or sense gratification. Sense gratification is ultimate cause of our adopting of our bad habits. So we have Bhagavad Gita 2.60 on this. The Bhagavad Gita also acknowledged that giving up of a lower habit of sensual indulgence is extremely difficult. Yatato yapi kaunteya purushasya vipaschitaha indriyani pramathini haranti prasabham manaha. So translation by Srila Prabhupada: the senses are so strong and turbulent, O son of Kunti, that they can forcibly carry away the mind even of a person endowed with discrimination and practicing self-control. So this is the power of sense gratification, which will take us to our bad habits. And again, we'll see the cycle of habit formation. It will start from our previous karma of this birth or previous birth, called as Prarath. And then we have a thoughts, we have desires, and we have association, object. All are our signs. All are a basic factor which determine our habits. And then we'll do a action. So action, we take an example here. Our thought for smoking, action is a smoking is an action here. And then we'll have a reaction. Reaction is a temporary pain or pleasure. Pain means like a pleasure means temporary 5-minute, 2-minute pleasure after doing all these bad habit, but there will be a pain as well in the future. We all know that. And we can see this diagram also. The person have a different desire of the killing or doing something. So the reaction, for every action there is a equal and opposite reaction, we all know. So either he will follow this path or he will be like this. So this is the cycle of habit formation. So, and moving on to the next, some of our serious bad habits are alcohol and drug addiction, internet and TV addiction, food, eating habits, sleep habits, hygiene. And Bhagavad Gita also mention sleeping and eating habits also. Natis natastu yogosti nache kantam anasnataha nachati swapanshilasya jagrato nevacharjuna. There is no possibility of one becoming a yogi, O Arjuna, if one eat too much or eat too little, sleep too much or doesn't sleep enough. So if we have a bad sleeping habit or eating habit, there is no possibility of becoming a yogi. Moving on to the next, habit can affect your destiny. Like effects of our bad habits are financial loss of good health, social loss, increase in crime, and the last is suffering. This is main thing. In the 6th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, Maharaja Parikshit, he's speaking to Sukadev Goswami. Bad habit of committing sinful activities is so strong because the law of karma, when you engage in sinful activities, there will be a reaction. And what is that reaction? You have to suffer. So this is the same diagram. Sow a thought, reap an action. Sow an action, reap a habit. Sow a habit, reap a character. Sow a character, reap a destiny. So habit can affect your destiny. So we carefully choose our habit. And now moving on to the next topic, it's how to get rid of bad habit. That is our main goal, how to get rid of our bad habit. Replacement over rejection. So Prabhupada saying, or we have seen many lectures, so it is very difficult to reject. It's very difficult to get rid of our bad habit, but replacement is easier as compared to rejection. We have seen in case of tea or green tea example, many people can't leave tea habit, but when we offer them a green tea, which is good, little better, so they do follow that replacement path and they might change their bad habit. So in this way, we have to fill our schedule and thought with the positive habits. Like the time I'm spending with internet or TV addiction, I can go to a temple, I can do some japa, or I can read a books, or I can see a Bhagavad Gita, even I listen to a mantras as well. So if we replace our schedule with the good thoughts, then definitely it will be, it can be a way to get rid of our bad habit. Chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, japa. So these are 2 slokas referring to the same. Cheto darpan marjanam bhav mahadavagni nirvapanam nam akari bahuda nij sarva shakti. The chanting of holy names is so most powerful medicine for purifying the heart. The chanting of holy names of the Lord, when we habituate ourselves to that, it becomes such a glorious benediction that it literally transforms lust into love, and it transforms our propensity of greed into service to others. So if we do a regular chanting, or if we do a japa, or taking a Hare Krishna Mahamantra, a name of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and then we can easily get rid of our bad habit. It will give us a power to leave a bad habit. Now we have to, next is how to get rid of a bad habit. We have to choose our behavior. We should not be like a plant which stimulus and response. We have read this. So when you provide stimulus, it will react straight away, but we have to be responsible. We always think like we have a choice either to adopt it or no. So we have to be responsible toward our body as well as for society as well. Like in case of smoking, it's not good for us as well as for society. We always think for society as well as for us, and carefully adopt our habits. And this is the main rule, ABCD rule. We called it as ABCD. A stands for association. So Prabhupada is saying in one of his lecture, as example of iron rod. Take an example of iron rod. So iron rod, when you keep it in a hot place, it will become red color. And when you keep that red color rod to someone, it will burn you. It will burn. And when the same rod, when you take it to a cold place or in a refrigerator, it will become too much cold, and you will feel a cold sensation from that particular rod. So this is the power of association. We always carefully choose our association, not to go with a bad association. Always go for a good association, sadhu sangha, and then accordingly we can change our bad habit. We have to read. B stands for books like Bhagavad Gita and equivalent, and that also can help us in get rid of our bad habits. C stands for chanting of holy names, and D stands for diet. Like we have to carefully adopt our diets. That should be a sattvic diet. So what are the key takeaways here? Habits are very, very powerful. That's the main starting 5-letter words why habits are powerful. This is why it is very, very powerful. It can directly affect your character and destiny. So we all know habit now can affect our destiny. So accordingly, we have to carefully we have to adopt our habit because it can affect our destiny. Bad habit can be a barrier in spiritual advancement. So take an example, if we are having a bad habits, then we'll not progress in spiritually, because we have seen in that 6.16 shlokas, like one cannot become a yogi because of bad sleeping habit or bad eating habits. So we can go till a particular point, but if we have a bad habit, we cannot grow further. So we have to leave all the bad habit if we want more progress in our spiritual life. So this is the ultimate key takeaway from this presentation. Now we have seen habit can affect our destiny and spiritual advancement. Now we should get rid of bad habits and try to adopt good habits. This is the main. We should get rid of bad habit and try to adopt good habit for our progress in Krishna consciousness. So this is the lesson learned from here. And thank you everyone. Thank you so much for giving me such opportunity. Any question, comments, suggestion? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Thank you.
Just one small question, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
Your last conclusion, you said that get rid of bad habits and then imbibe the good habits, right?
Yes, Prabhu.
So this is the right, better way. Try to get rid of the bad habits is better way, or try to imbibe the good habits is a better way?
Prabhu, try to imbibe a good habit also, because when we go towards a good habit, automatically bad habits will leave behind. So we always think like the replacement for like we already read, replacement is better than rejection. So if we replace ourselves, our time, if you devote more time in a good association, good habit, automatically we will leave a bad habit. So I think adopting, like, that is my answer. That might be wrong,
absolutely correct answer, Prabhu. You know, it is so important. Actually, I'll just give you a small example, Prabhuji, if you allow me. If there is a half-filled glass of water, you know, half filled. Now, if you want to, or bottle of water. Now, if you want to try to remove the air from the bottle, it's extremely difficult, you know. But whereas if you just fill the bottle with water, the air will automatically come out, you know, which is very easier. So what you said is absolutely correct, you know. So we need to, rather than getting rid of our bad habits, is very, very difficult. So rather than doing that, we need to imbibe the good habits. So bad habits will automatically go away, and this has to apply everywhere actually. Otherwise, it's not. I mean, extremely difficult. As per my knowledge goes, it's very, very difficult to get rid of the bad habits.
Yes, Prabhu. Absolutely right. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Ishu, Khani, Prabhu. Excellent session.
Thank you,
well
Prabhu.
done. You're able to hear me, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu, I can hear you.
Okay. So we'll quickly go through the thing. As I remind every time, this is my comments. So this is for my purification, and I can make mistakes. If you do not agree with observation, just ignore them. And if you like the observations or recommendations, area of improvements, try to imbibe them. And upskilling communication skills is a continuous process and no end to it. So personally, if I have to say anything before I go to the next slide, I felt as if Prabhu is speaking to me. Prabhu knows my bad habits and he's speaking to me. That kind of a one-to-one link I could find. I could see in this just half an hour, I could see what are my bad habits which are troubling me and why I'm not able to get over it. It's a good introspection session for me. So I hope it's like that for others as well. So it's very nice. So I don't have much comments. Very useful topic. I think someone in the chat box also has already told this. Very good use of references, good connection to the slokas, a good use of the stylus pen. I think this is the first time we are seeing devotees using the stylus pen. I think we all can make use of this stylus pen thing. He has given a problem statement and a solution, both covered. even though the solution was a bit short and simple. Probably one or two more slides with examples would have been better, but solution was covered. Very profound solution was covered in a very good time sense. He didn't take extra time. He finished within the time. So very positive. So I don't have any recommendations at all. Very big thanks, Prabhu. Very simple, very powerful, very to the point. Very good presentation, and very nice.
Thank
and
you.
And only additional one area of improvement I would suggest is give some additional focus on the pronunciation of the shlokas. So before you have a class, if you are covering any shlokas, once you have selected the shlokas, try to pick up a phone and talk to any of your devotee friends and run through the shlokas that you are chanting, so that they may, if there are any pronunciation issues, they will fix it for you. So that makes the thing very powerful. Yeah. So apart from that, that's all. If you can go back to sharing mode, Prabhu, and go to that slide where we are talking about arrows, thought, action, reaction. Can you go back and explain it again for the benefit of all of us? So once again, big thanks to you, Prabhu. Kudos. Excellent fast-cut presentation. You are coming for the first time into the Sevadari presentation program as a presenter. Very big thanks. And I think you have picked up some of the points that were discussed as areas of improvements before, for which I'm very happy. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Just go back to your share screen, Prabhu.
Can you give me the access once again? Yeah.
Yeah, I will give you.
Yes, Prabhu, this one?
No, not that. The arrows one, 14th. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah. Can you explain this, please?
Yes, Prabhu. So when you saw a thought, like when you have some thought, you will do something. It reap an action. So when you saw an action, when you saw, like it's example of plowing a field. When you sow something, fruit will come. Like this same thing. When you saw an action, it reap a habit. Because when you put an action in, it will make your habit. But keep on. When you saw an habit, it reap a character. Because if you have a bad habit, it determines your character as well. And when you saw a character, like bad character, and it will reap a destiny. So because bad character, if you have a bad character, then definitely I will have something bad karmas and something bad will come. So it will automatically impact on my destiny as well. So in short, saw a habit can affect, can reap a destiny as well. In short, saw a thought, like from the thought, we all know, if you think something, that if bad thinking or something negative thinking, automatically in one of the lecture we have heard, if you think bad, if we are not doing it, even if we are thinking also, that will also it's not good, it's bad. Prabhu. Yes, Prabhuji, this is the one. If you want correction, you can guide me.
No, Prabhu. I think it's excellent, Prabhu. Very big thanks to you. So we'll move on to the program. Kindly share this presentation in the forum. So I think it will be very useful for many of our devotees, particularly the references also you have quoted very well. Once again, a big thanks to you and Mataji for coming up with wonderful session. And we hope to see more and more sessions like this from you, Prabhu. So it will be very useful for our community and our first. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So I will move on to the.
Can I add something? Prabhuji, Hare Krishna. Yeah, Prabhuji, I just want to add something here.
Yes, Prabhu.
Regarding Ishu, Prabhu, actually he was very reluctant. When I approached him quite sometimes before, I could not make him ready for. And then later on, when you insist.